So you dance in light and heavy smoke. Have you fixed that treasured heart that's so broke? Here is a tape, follow me, give this a meaning. Do you wanna feel the rush when somebody's listening? Heaven is getting closer to the earth, and someday I'll set you free, I promise. There's no time to lose, the world is closing in, and we're still here. We are so what's the ride? Feeling like a dream. Could we be crying for tonight? We lost but never found. Fear is not around. We can turn this world around. This will be the end of treason as we know it. This will be the death of anger, 'cause we won't show it. It isn't safe for me, give this a meaning. Do you wanna feel the rush when somebody's listening? Heaven is getting closer to the earth, and someday I'll set you free, I promise. There's no time to lose, the world is closing in, and we're still here. We are, so what's the rush? Feeling like a dream. Could we be crying for tonight? We lost but never found. Fear is not around. We can turn this world around.
What's up, vape fam? Hope everybody's doing good. See what we got going on in chat. What's up, Tim, Apex, Neil? Hope everybody's doing good. Today, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a look at this right here, the Mechvape Arcless V2 Copper. You guys might know better than I do. I wasn't even aware of the original one. Apparently it was Mechlife, which is Mechvape. They just changed their name, and Ambition's Vapor did a mech mod together. Did not know, never seen that mech. I don't know how I missed it. And then they, I guess, did another version of it about 5 years ago, and I don't know if this is that version or if this is new. I have no clue. You guys might know better than I do. And then we're also going to build up the Recoil R3 and the Bonza Pro RTA. Wanted to build these up on the stream actually last Monday, but ended up getting some other kind of cool stuff in. Wanted to take a look at all that. We're going to do a mix as well. Probably just one. It'll just depend on how long it takes me to kind of get it right, I suppose. But what I'm doing is I have a recipe over on all the flavors that's called Simple Vanilla Ice Cream, Pepper Taster Friendly. And I want to take that and turn it into a strawberry ice cream. I did a all SSA, if you're familiar with that flavoring company. If you're a mixer, I'm sure you are. I did all SSA strawberry ice cream. I really dug it. I had to kind of play with it a little bit, but I really want one that uses Wonder Flavors vanilla ice cream in the mix, because I think it's such a good vanilla ice cream. You don't get pepper off of it or anything like that, and then just kind of turn it into strawberry ice cream. So yeah, pumped about that one. Just depends on how long, but we'll also talk about flavorings, especially strawberries and ice cream flavorings, because I use both of those quite a bit. And also, I'm ridiculously picky about both of those, especially strawberries. You hear a lot about people being strawberry mutes. They have a hard time tasting different strawberry flavors. I am the extreme opposite of that. I am like a strawberry super taster. Most strawberries, I either get way too heavy of a green note from them, or I get like a chemical kind of off note. Capella sweet strawberry, which is a lot of people, up there as one of their favorites. I get a weird chemical note off of that one. It's not chemical. It's actually probably not the right word. It's not like cleaning product chemical or anything like that. It's just the best word I can think of. Pretty easy to cover up for the most part, but it's generally a strawberry I kind of avoid. Not all the time. Sometimes it's just right if I can cover that up. But there's a lot of recipes out there with it in there that I wish I didn't get that note from it, because a lot of people dig a bunch of these recipes that use sweet strawberry up like 4 or 5%. Can't do it. OG Hatman, what's going on? Cheryl, what's up? Is it NTLHC going on? So yeah, first thing I want to look at is this, actually. This is the Arcless V2 Copper version. Now, I knew nothing about this mech until I saw Birdie kind of showing it off, talking about it a little bit. He said he thought, it was a really good kind of first mech for anybody, and I definitely agree with that. One thing I'll say about this, and we'll kind of take it apart and you'll see what I'm talking about, excuse me, is this is very similar to this, the Dreamer. It's real similar, except it does not have kind of the threaded top cap that Dreamer has, but the switch is damn near identical, which is not a bad thing. I mean, there's plenty of switches out there, but different makers, things like that, that are extremely similar. But this one actually doesn't suffer from hot button the way that the Dreamer switch can, but they're built extremely similar. I dig the way this thing feels. It's got kind of a knurled feel to it. It's not the hardest hitting mech you'll ever come across. You'll kind of see that when we stick an RDA. I'm actually going to build up the recoil, and we'll stick it on this, slap a P50B in here, see how it does. Also talk about the recoil as well. But let's do some smorgasbord first. I have strawberry Twinkie milkshake recipe on ELR. It's been my all-day vape for over a year and a half. That sounds really good. What are you using for the Twinkie part? Very curious about that. I'm a pepper taster and strawberry blind, says Apex. Yeah, that sucks. Is it mainly from this to Apex? Liquid Barn, vanilla ice cream, and TFA vanilla bean ice cream? Are there other ones? A buddy of mine, the whole reason I did that simple vanilla ice cream, I remade it to a pepper taster friendly. A friend of mine tried the original recipe and got heavy pepper off of it. And I assumed it was the Liquid Barn vanilla ice cream, but he said he tried another recipe of mine that used SSA's whipped cream. And he's pretty sure he's getting pepper off that one too. So I swapped that one out as well. But I never heard anyone say they got pepper off of SSA's whipped cream. So I'm curious kind of what you're getting pepper off of specifically. And strawberry blind, I know a bunch of people that are strawberry blind. That really kind of sucks. But also being like ridiculously sensitive to all strawberries sucks as well. So I'm still vaping on this one right here. I actually have a copper black version on the way. I liked this that much, if you're curious. Still got the Bonza Pro on top. And this has my simple vanilla ice cream pepper taster friendly version in it. Apex said butterscotch ripple and yes, SSA whipped too. Okay, so it's not just him. I never heard anybody say that, and somebody in chat was like, SSA whipped cream's got no pepper, but no, he was pretty certain that he got pepper off of SSA's whipped cream. All right, also, still rocking the Bushido from Rustin Custom Mods with the Dead Rabbit V4. I'm digging the Dead Rabbit. I'm still not sure if I like it better than the V3, but so far I'm digging it. Vaping on this one is my whipped cheesecake recipe. This is over on all the flavors as well. Any recipe I say that's mine is probably going to be over on all the flavors. Not a big ELR user, which kind of sucks because they didn't abandon all the flavors, but a lot of people don't post their recipes over there anymore. If they do, it's kind of an afterthought. And I can see why, because there's not a whole lot of interaction going on all the flavors. People just kind of post recipes, and there you go. Best way you can track whether or not your recipe is liked or not is to see how much it's mixed. But that doesn't give you necessarily a good indication. Could be one person really loves it and they just mix the hell out of it every day. So yeah, ELR has a lot more a lot more interaction between mixers going on, but I hate the layout to it. The site feels ancient. I don't know. I can't do it. One day I'll probably have to because I miss all the interaction that all the flavors used to have. But for now, I'm just sticking with all the flavors. I'm going down with the ship. He says, Apex says liquid barn vanilla ice cream and all the other usual suspects. Gotcha. Twinkie base. All right, this is Neil talking about his strawberry Twinkie milkshake. It's Twinkie bases. Creamy sponge cake from Flavor West, fluffy white cake from Wonder Flavors, angel cake from Wonder Flavors. I dig that whole little combo to do a Twinkie. I really do. I love that creamy sponge cake and the white, fluffy white cake. The angel cake, I've never tried to mix all three of those to get a Twinkie. I did a Twinkie at one point that was creamy sponge cake. I don't think I had fluffy white cake in it at the moment. I have another recipe. It's a private one that does use that. In the public one, I think I used Jungle Flavors yellow cake. And then I used Philadelphia butter cake from Wonder Flavors, just low, but it added that nice kind of richness to or almost a little bit more sponginess really to Flavor West creamy sponge cake. But yeah, I dig that combo. I'd like to try that one out. All right, what else on the smorgasbord? Some of this stuff out of the way. Still vaping on the Desolator V4 with the Dead Rabbit V3 on top and delicious strawberry swirl. I dig this one. I dig this mech mod quite a bit, I will say. Not, kind of like I said last week, it's not the hardest hitting mech out there. It's an aluminum mech, which I don't mind aluminum at all. I'm actually a pretty big fan. But yeah, it doesn't hit very hard. It's ridiculously teeny. But for some reason, I dig it. I dig where the switch is. And kind of last week when I was saying it's just, I thought it was in a weird place, but the more that I use it, the more I kind of like it, especially with the different atomizer on top. The one that comes with it is kind of garbage. No offense to Tower Mods, but it's just built for such teeny coils, and the screws in it are garbage. And you build too low in it, that thing's going to just be fire hot. Yeah, I dig this one. And I dig delicious strawberry swirl. I have the Neapolitan on the way to me, so I'm anxious to try that from Licious as well. Kind of bummed when I heard it had a little bit of coolant in it. It's not minty coolant from what I understand, but it's also not WS23. So I don't really know what to expect. I do not like coolants usually, especially in ice cream. I'd much rather just have warm ice cream. Just let me vape melted ice cream. I'll be fine. just tuned in, what's the shorter mech you're using and roughly how much? This one, this is the Desolator V4. With all the insanity of YouTube, I'm not naming prices at all anymore. I will say it's extremely reasonable for a Filipino made mech. If it's this one that is on the thumbnail and all that, it's the Mechvape Arcless V2 Copper Edition, and it's even more affordable. And then let's see here. Apex said Perillum Simple Cake, Mullenberry Sponge Cake with a little butter cake. Oh yeah, that would be damn good. Mullenberry Sponge Cake is really good. Simple Cake, I don't know what it is about. If I mix other things with it, this doesn't happen. But if I single flavor test it, I get like a weird lemony kind of note somewhere in there that threw me all the hell off when I first tested it. But then I was like, all right, I'm going to try and mix with it and see. And yeah, it just magically vanishes. You add one more flavor to it to me, and that little slight hit of lemon just completely vanishes. It's weird. Strawberry base. This is Neil Pitts. Shisha strawberry. Then Shisha strawberry Capella. And then strawberry raw from VSO and sweet strawberry from Capella. I have not tried the Shisha strawberry from Capella. I think I saw it and I was like, you know, Inawera Shisha for me is where it's at. It's one of my favorite strawberries ever. But yeah, I need to give that one a go. Strawberry raw from VSO is amazing. I love that flavor. Sweet strawberry, like I said, I get a weird chemical note, but I think sounds like with those kind of layers of other strawberries, that would probably go away depending on how high sweet strawberry was used. But yeah, I dig the combo as far as kind of a more realistic strawberry, syrupy strawberry, and then kind of a candy artificial. Hate to call sweet strawberry a candy because it's not. It doesn't have a hard candy sheen to it. It's just an artificial strawberry. Cat's new Shisha is nice. Yeah, I need to check it out. I really do. I think I was like, I'm not betraying Inawera by going with Capella Shisha. Or actually, I think I was really just thinking, I love Inawera Shisha Strawberry. I don't need that other one. But so many people have told me I'm missing out by not trying it. So yeah, definitely should. All right. So I got more on the smorgasbord plate today. So, and the rest of these are all regulated and they all have a nitrous on top. It's kind of like work setups for the most part. Got the nitrous 22 on top of the Armor S, and my lemon drop, the recipe I showed you guys that kind of became a monster inadvertently, but then I just left it because I was like, I dig the taste. I love that recipe. It's so good. It's like a like a lemon drop. Maybe not an old style lemon drop, but something new you might pick up, and then you just had a dash of lemon juice with it on top of it. All right. Then also the nitrous 23 on top of the Gower 21. Liquid I've got in here is my white chocolate caramel squares, you know, kind of the little, they show up, or well, I guess they're available year round, but I only grab them around Christmas time. Little teeny square white chocolate, little bit of caramel in the middle. I'm actually pretty proud of my caramel mixture in this because, you know, it's so hard. If you're a mixer, you know, it's so hard to make caramel kind of stringy or gooey. Just to have that consistency seems almost impossible. And I don't really have that in this, but it tastes like that type of caramel taste. And I used Flavorworks salted caramel with just a hint. I think it's like 0.5%. When I originally did it, it was 0.25% of Wonder Flavors caramel butter. And it mixed with white chocolate. It really tastes like eating one of those. I was pretty surprised. Have not tried that combo in another recipe, so I don't know if the white chocolate is actually playing into that, the kind of cocoa butter aspect to it, or not, but I definitely want to try it again with without white chocolate and see if it still gives that same type of caramel taste. It tastes dead up like those. I'm pretty proud of that recipe. I dig that recipe. Final one, my orange banger, nitrous 22 on the dot mod. 100 watt, I can't remember what they call it. Dot box 100, I think. Usually not a big fan of dot mods, but I dig this little 21700 mod. It's got a lock on top. And the recipe that I've got in here is my white chocolate pudding. I dig that one too. And as that one ages, it just gets better and better. The pudding element to it just comes out more and more the more you kind of let it steep. Apex says mostly a regulated guy, except for a Taran Max and a Vindicator. I love the Taran Max. I think Taran Max might be the most underrated mech out there. That or the Trishul V2 from Hellvape. And the Vindicator is just, that's a legend. Caramel butter is concentrated pepper, maybe the worst of them. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks, because I dig caramel butter a lot. Now, if you're not a pepper taster, I will tell you a way you can experience the pain of pepper tasters. If you mix up some type of white chocolate recipe, doesn't matter what it is, just needs white chocolate. Specifically the Flavora Flavor West combo. So Flavora white chocolate, Flavor West white chocolate mixed together. Vape that, and then immediately vape something with Liquid Barn vanilla ice cream in it. If you've never been a pepper taster before, you will be when you hit that other mod that has the Liquid Barn vanilla ice cream in it. At least for a little while. For the next 5 or 6 pulls off that, it's going to taste like straight table pepper. He said it's supposed to be so good, the Wonder Flavors caramel, but it really is. It's one of the best out there, but it's not perfect for every situation because it really tastes like caramel butter, not just straight caramel. So that's kind of why I didn't want to use it too high with Flavor West caramel, because I was just afraid it would turn into, you know, white chocolate with caramel butter smeared all over it. But no, small percentages of it mixed with other caramels, it makes them a little bit more kind of creamy consistency. Picked up some new Bull City flavors. The Baja flavor and the grape slushy flavor are nice. Still have more of them to get though, but so far very nice. They really are. I'm going to use one tonight, the Bull City flavor strawberry, because what I want to do with this recipe is I'm going to use SSA's Milky Strawberry to be my primary strawberry, because I think it works so well in ice creams or creams or anything like that. It has that taste, that strawberry taste that strawberry ice cream has. And then I want something to kind of mimic the little bits, the little chunks of strawberry that are in there. I used premium strawberry from SSA in that all SSA strawberry ice cream recipe. This time we're going to use Bull City flavor strawberry. It's not a, I don't know, it's not a natural strawberry or an authentic tasting strawberry. It's definitely a artificial or candy kind of strawberry, but I think it'll work for this when mixed with milky strawberry, hopefully. That might be the thing that we got to mix it a time or two to get it right. I may have to switch to a small percentage of Capella's ripe strawberries, which that one might actually be my favorite strawberry ever. That one or SSA's premium strawberry. It's funny, almost all Wonder flavors are fine, including salted caramel. Huh. They must not be using whatever it is that causes that kind of pepper, that buttery pepper taste. Maybe it's just they don't use a whole lot of DAP. Very well could be it. All right. Clean up a little bit over here. I'm sure I will be swapping mods in and out, but for right now, Hyperion V2 is the one I'm going to go with. But let's jump to the up and close and take a look at this Arcless V2 Copper version. So thank heavens, the Wonder Flavors. Yeah, because they got a ton of good ones. All right, this is obviously the package that it comes in. Just wanted to show you guys this. I'm not going to show you anything else about it because I don't want YouTube to yell and scream at me. So we'll move this. All right. So yeah, it looks really good. I dig this whole knurled bit. I like that, unlike the Dreamer, it doesn't have a threaded top cap going on. And the Dreamer, because it doesn't have, you know, various top caps to it from what I remember, at least this one that I have sure doesn't. It's mainly for the one mod that Stan made that will actually screw on, and it's more kind of like the Ruby 21 where there's no like 5-10 pin necessarily. It's all full contact with the atomizer itself to the battery. You don't have any threadings or anything like that. I cannot remember the name of that atomizer. I have it, I just haven't busted it out in forever. But the switch is where these two are extremely similar. Well, yeah, it's pretty extremely similar. So this is the copper version. Obviously, it is lined with Delrin on the inside, but I don't know if the camera will show it. There we go. But not there around the 510. I wish it would have been. Seems like something that would have been easy to do and just adds a little bit more extra kind of safety to the whole thing. So yeah, it already kind of looks like the Dreamer switch right from the get-go. I kind of wondered when I saw it, I was like, how do you take this thing apart? And the first thing that I looked for was these little nicks right here and here. Just like the Dreamer has those nicks there. And you take them apart pretty much the exact same way. I can see the nicks. Being on black, it's a little different. Might be able to hand turn it now. Nope. There we go. Just comes off there. So you got your spring, contact plate. I don't know if this is silver plated or what it is. And you've just got a spring, different from the Dreamer. I have not cleaned up this Dreamer in a while. I'm sure you can tell. So please excuse all the patina going on with it. That comes off spring, except this is a copper piece. Same with the plate on top. And then they use peak. Spring comes out. Got your contact. Same thing with this. You got your contact. There's a spring there. You can take this further apart pretty easily. I'm assuming this is silver plated. It certainly looks like it. Assuming the Hyperion V2 was silver plated of some kind got me dead wrong because it's nickel plated. Which is kind of why I got the copper version of it on the way, because I just assume the copper has to hit harder. I don't know. This might actually, I think this is some type of acrylic. At first, yeah, I'm almost positive. At first, I thought this was some type of metal, but I don't think it is. And that would explain how they get around the hot button with this switch design. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is acrylic. Just the feel and the sound of kind of raking across it. Yeah, that's how I was kind of curious how they were getting around the whole hot button issue. Wait, I'm doing it backwards. The whole hot button issue that the Dreamer has and the keen, which is not bad. It's just if you build low, you're going to build at just 0.1 or higher, you're fine. You're not really going to run into a hot button with the Dreamer or the keen. But if you're like me and you like to build lower than that, yeah, you're going to run into issues. So much so that Times Vape released an acrylic button for the Dreamer switch. I actually have a couple of those because I got sick of my button getting so damn hot. And this one just kind of screws back in. Eventually you have to use the tweezers. So yeah, the switch is ridiculously similar to the Dreamer 1.5, the constant contact Dreamer. Definitely not similar to the Dreamer clutch, because the Dreamer clutch switch sucks. And this one, while you need an acrylic button, and apparently same thing with this, they went with an acrylic button to avoid hot button. Dreamer clutch has, I think it's an Ultim button, but overall the switch to the Dreamer clutch is just terrible. All right, so yeah, all copper. I'm going to assume this is silver plated, just like the contact on the inside. And yeah, I'm 99.9% positive this is an acrylic button. So yeah, I dig the way that it looks. It is extremely affordable. I kind of agree with what Birdman said on his stream. This is a good kind of first mech. If you're thinking, hey, I want to go out and get a mechanical mod because I have no idea what's going on with the weird laws in my country. Or, you know, if the vapocalypse is upon us, then I want something that's going to last and last and last. I don't have to worry about the chip going out on me. This is a damn good one to go pick up. I enjoy this one overall. But yeah, it's not going to end up on anybody's like top 10 mechs of all time. I wouldn't think. Unless they're like me with the Dreamer and you just kind of fall in love with it for reasons you can't explain. And it ends up in that list because of that. All right. Let's, actually, I'm going to stick the recoil on it. So let's stay on the up and close here and bust this bad boy out. What am I missing in chat? So it's funny, almost all wonder. Okay. This Arcless is the same as the V1. I don't think they changed anything. I'm kind of curious. I don't know, because I'm pretty sure they already did a copper version when it was Mechlife, when it was the Mechlife Arcless. Like I think they did a Arcless V2 Copper 5 years ago or 6 years ago, whatever it was. There's reviews for it, and it's clearly copper. So I don't know if this is just a re-release. Like since they're, you know, fully Mechvape now, they're like, hey, let's re-release the Arcless. Or if this is just the same thing. I don't know. I really don't know. And yeah, that acrylic button. This acrylic button, I will say, is a lot thicker than the one that Times Vape sold separately for the Dreamer. Because I wasn't even sure until just now that this was an acrylic button. It doesn't feel like one when you're firing it at all. So that's cool. So yeah, all right. I'm sure everyone is familiar with this one right here, the Recoil R3. If you're not, buckle up. Oh, chill out, camera. All right, I'm not going to show that. I'm just going to pop this out of here because I forgot there is a URL on the inside of that. You guys know how YouTube is with that stuff. Okay, one thing with this that I don't like, as soon as I pulled it out, is that right there. So when I first pulled it out, I was like, oh man, I'm going to hate this thing already. But I'm sure Nick was like, no, we got to have an 810 for it as well. So this whole top part will come out along with the airflow vents. You can stick this one in and you can use whatever 810 drip tip you want. So hell yeah. I'm glad about that because I can't stand custom drip tips. I really can't. All right. So let's try and get this thing out of here first. There we go. So yeah, this one screws off. This one just kind of pops in once you get this out. So here, let's put this on first. Take that off. There's your deck. I dig this deck design. Pretty simple, but I dig it. And then this just pops out, just held in there by O-rings. You can see where you need to line the 810 version of the top up. And there you go, Bob's your uncle. And you can use an 810 drip tip. Set this off to the side so I don't lose it. I will eventually try it with this drip tip. I have not yet, but it's just because, I don't know, I'm not big on smaller drip tips. And although that's not much smaller than an 810 or if at all, but I just don't like custom. It's like, let me use my own. But luckily, they did. All right. So let's back these suckers out. What are we using here? Flat heads. I don't know why my up close camera suddenly got so dark. None of my lights went out. That's odd. A little better. All right, I think we got those. What we're going to do is use these right here. I don't think there's anything they can ding me on with this. Sent this along. I thought that was cool. It's a whole 10-piece set of coils. Have not tried these yet either. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I'm hoping they're at least maybe like Coilology quality. So we'll see. If they are, I'll be happy. Below that kind of quality, I don't know. I might be upset that I use them for this, but we shall see. Get a couple of these bad boys out of here. Says it is here in the UK. Silver plated, that is. Okay, cool. All right. So the Arcless contacts are silver plated. I dig it. All right. So with this one, if you don't already know, it has channeled snakebite airflow. So I'm kind of curious. Let me get this on here where I can see it. How tall I should make these. Actually, that's pretty damn close. I usually cut them at 5. I'm going to cut them at 6 first, just to see. And this camera is really bugging me. Okay. There we go. Birdman, what's going on, brother? So yeah, Birdman, if you're just joining, I already kind of took a look at the Arcless V2. I already sent you kind of my thoughts on it. Basically, agreeing with you. It's a good first mech. I like that it has less threading going on. far as no threaded top cap. But other than that, it's extremely similar to the Dreamer, especially the switch. The switch is damn near identical almost. All right, let's see how this is going to work. I think that'll work okay. Those leg lead, that's deep. How deep is that? Well, not as deep as I thought. This other one cut. He said exactly Sorteal. Yeah, it's pretty much, that's what it is. It's a good starter mech. Probably a better starter mech than the one that I had way back in the day. My first mech was a clone. It was a Tree of Life clone. Not the best thing to start out with. I dig that. Like, I had seen the Tree of Life mech back in the day and loved that thing. I thought it looked cool, but I think the guy only made like 500 of them or some ridiculously low number. But as is the case a lot of times, someone in China decided to make a clone of it. Not nearly as well machined, but all the pieces were there at least. I think that might work all right. Let me. Oh yeah, it looks damn near perfect, I think. Yeah, they're pretty. Might want to bring this one in just a hair. Yeah, I think that's good right there. First mech was the Bonza. That's a better first mech than I had, brother. Although I think I've heard your thoughts on the Bonza before. But that's a good first mech if you ask me. A damn good one. It's kind of like the Dreamer. Or this Arcless, which is real similar. It's so similar to the Dreamer, it kind of blows my mind. These coils, I don't know, the way they feel, just like when you're strumming them to get hot spots out, sort of feel like the Watofo coils, like really tightly wrapped. Coilology, even their machined ones, not their handmade ones, but their machined ones, weren't quite this tight. But I don't really have a problem with the Watofo. As far as mass-produced coils, it's pretty much the only ones I ever even somewhat liked were the Coilology, which I did like, I still like, and the Watofo ones. The Watofo ones had to be certain ones of theirs. They had some Aliens that I liked and some quad-core Hughes Claptons that I liked. I think that's about got it. Should come out to 0.1, I believe. Now these came out to 0.11, so that's all right. It's all right for this one. Birdie, since you're in here, all right, do you know this button is acrylic? Am I correct? It certainly feels like it, especially when you take it out. And I'm assuming they did that since the switch is so similar to the Dreamer to avoid hot button. Same issue the Dreamer had, and the Keen for that matter, if you were going to build low. When I first tried it, I had taken the switch apart just to see, but I quickly put it back together and it just totally slipped my perception, I guess. Did not think. Yeah, it's coming up 0.11. That's all right though. That it was acrylic or some type of plastic. And then when I took it apart here and I'm sitting there feeling it, I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is acrylic. Honestly, I need to put this Dreamer switch back together, at least enough that it's not gonna go flying everywhere if I hit it. Like last stream, God knows, I'm smacking everything all over the place. All right, we're gonna use the BP Mods Pro Vape Cotton. Not my favorite cotton at all. Not sure what my favorite. I know my favorite cotton, if I'm doing series, is Cloud9, hands down. Other than that, I think I might like a Moza a little bit better than Cloud9 when it comes to pretty much everything else. And that mainly has to do with it doesn't gunk up quite as fast as Cloud9 does at kind of lower wattages. Probably not super heat resistant, but Cloud9 breaks in a lot quicker too. That's definitely one thing it has over a Moza. To be frank, the Bonza switch takes some mastering, but mine still hits pretty good. Sometimes I swap in a Vindicator switch. It's the shush so we don't tell Sam. Don't tell Sam I'm using a Vindicator switch on his Bonza. That's one thing I'm shocked that Sam hasn't done again, is another mech mod. Now we did the Bonza Pro RDA and the RTA. I think it's time for a Bonza Mech V2 to pop out. And I mean, Thundercloud did damn good with that Hyperion V2 as far as the mech and the quality. It's coming. I hope so. Definitely hope so. Would love to see it. We need more mechs. We need more mechs. There's a couple of other mechs that are coming that I know about that are going to be, well, I won't say they're going to be. I'm going to assume they're going to be absolutely amazing. Oh, come on, get in there. I hate trying to wick with ceramic tweezers. I should have switched over to the metal ones. I can't ever hardly do kind of the Mechvape split with the cotton if I'm using ceramic tweezers for some reason. Don't know why. All right, what liquid am I going to use for this one? Kind of want to use one of the ones I'm already vaping on. We're going to do the strawberry ice cream in the Bonza Pro RTA. I know I want to do that. So I think I'm going to go with the this one right here, the white chocolate caramel squares. need to turn this up too. I dig that deck design. You just drip liquid, it immediately drains into the sides there and goes towards the wicks. Kind of reminds me of the Squai RDA a little bit in the deck design. It's different. It's definitely different, but just kind of reminds me of it. Thunderhead will do Sam a solid mech. Are your recipes public on all the flavors? Most of them. I have a bunch of private ones too. If it's not, I'll keep something private if it's something that I'm like, this is something that my weird taste buds are only gonna like. I don't think anybody else will probably dig it. I've got a bunch of stuff with eucalyptus flavors that are private because I dig eucalyptus flavors. But yeah, most of my recipes are public. It probably says otherwise. If you look at my profile, it'll say I've got umpteen bazillion that are private, but a lot of those are recipes I'm working on that will eventually be public. All right, I think that's good enough. Try and line this up so I don't have to try and fiddle around with it. Too much at least. There we go. All right, what drip tip to use? I wish I had the ohms tip one. Might take this off of here. But Liam, a while back, sent me a bunch of drip tips. This was like when he was first starting to do them, when he still had the coil sight back in the day, which I miss so much. This one actually, go with orange. This one actually comes from Nick's Tips. This one does. Oh wait, no, this is Signature Tips. Sorry about that. All right, let's jump back up top. We'll vape on it this way for a little while. You know, the normal drill. Make sure I didn't do something stupid and it starts screaming at me that I just hard shorted something. I'm going to turn it up some. Here we go. Report koala. God, I hope not. Aren't they like kind of disgusting animals? Like they're cute and all, but overall they're just dumb and kind of gross. I built this up once before. This is only my second time using this RDA. Normally, I hate snakebite airflow badly. There's only a couple RDAs that did kind of the two-hole snakebite airflow that I dug. Most of them use some type of piping, like the Elder Dragon has two-hole airflow, uses piping, kind of similar to the Kennedy, but sideways instead of underneath. And I love that RDA. A lot of other ones can't stand. This one knocks it out of the park. Mainly, I think, because it is channeled. It goes right down to the coil. I dig that. And it doesn't whistle because it's kind of angled. Nah, just stoned. The koalas are all stoned. Yeah. I really dig this RDA. So I'm going to do a full review for this one, I do believe, and the single that's on the way to me. But I will tell you, I really dig this RDA. The Recoil R3, Nick and Thundercloud knocked it out of the park with this one. The only thing I don't like is you can't adjust the airflow at all. It's just kind of set. Not that you really need to. But its downside to me is I think just because of the way the airflow is close to where your coils are. I guess you could pull them all the way together, but if you were going to build really low on this and stick it on a mech, you're not going to have enough airflow. I don't think. I'll try it before I do the review, obviously, but I think it's going to be a hard sell on a mech with a low build. That will be its only weakness, and it might get too hot. I don't know. Just because like that airflow part coming in is really close to your coils. And if you've got something really low, a lot of heat, I feel like you could heat up the rest of the top cap pretty easily. But we'll see. All right, let's turn this up even more. Again, make sure I didn't do something stupid. Do the usual like 120. Actually, I think I stopped on 123, but that works. Actually, wait, no, it doesn't. Not with this. We'll come down a little bit. I'm used to like, you know, 0 point none of your business. Oh yeah, that's good. It's an extremely flavorful RDA. This is like to me, the Bonza Pro is kind of like the nitrous that you can use on a mech without worrying about that it's going to get too hot. But this is kind of in that same category. You know, it's kind of got that compressed chamber just because of the way the airflow inlets kind of come in off the top cap. They kind of cradle the outside of the coil, blast them directly. Not too terrible. A little bit of a difference between kind of the matte and shiny finish, but I don't mind that. I'm going to stick a P50B in here. I'm going to take it out of this. I hope EDC Mods makes more of these. I don't really think that he will, but it's just a 21700 battery case. It's totally waterproof. Just uses O-rings, and then it's just really well fitted. I love this thing. Never thought I would say that about a battery case. I'm going to go positive up because that's just what I do. I'm curious about venting on this. I guess it's through the switch, similar to, yeah. So yeah, if you're curious about that, and every time I don't mention it, somebody says something. So yeah, you've got kind of the openings here on the side, holes right there. So all your venting comes out of the switch, just like the Dreamer. All right, there we go. That looks pretty good if you ask me. It hit harder on this cranked up. So I had it at 115 watts. They're coming out to 0.11. Well, I don't know. I might have had it overjuiced. Probably pretty similar. I don't really want to take it off and then try again, but yeah, I kind of like this. I love the knurled part of it. The feel in the hand, I dig. And then the Dreamer switch, even though it's a flawed switch because it suffers from that hot button issue, this kind of having the thicker acrylic button, the acrylic button that Times Vape released on the side for the Dreamer, once people started saying, hey, I'm getting a hot button off this thing, was a lot thinner than this acrylic button is. So I dig that. Cold say orange, good man. Yeah, I always gotta have a little bit in there. You should see me earlier. I had an orange undershirt, orange sweater, orange jacket, and orange shoes. I went out in public like that. but everyone around here is used to it. They're just like, hey, Jason. The Elder Dragon is the one RDA out of my 100 plus I slept on and haunts me to this day. You're not the only one. I've had people, because I have 3 of them, and I've had people beg me to sell them one, and I'm not going to do it because they're the 3. I'm missing the color I wanted the most, which was black, because I kind of slept on it too, but not long enough that I didn't actually find them. I mean, I got them direct from Watofo, but they didn't have black anymore. Yeah, I dig this. I love the way it feels. I'm not worried at all that I'm going to drop it with that knurling. It hits very similar to the Dreamer. This one might hit a little bit harder than the Copper Dreamer. I think probably just because it doesn't have that threaded top cap, so you have less threading to kind of cause some voltage sag. So yeah, it's a decent one. It's not great. It's not the hardest hitting mech you're going to find by any stretch of the imagination, but it's decent. I will definitely use it. I will say that. I like it with the Recoil R3, at least with these coils. I mean, these are 0.11 and it's hitting pretty damn good. Let's do a test real quick. I gotta screw this all the way back on. And also, this Dreamer needs to be cleaned up. I don't think about it because this is the one that Palmer's Powders painted for me, so I don't see the patina on it directly. All right, I guess I gotta use the exact same battery. Kind of want to see which one hits harder. Undo the switch enough that I can take this battery off and not be worried, or this RDA off and not be worried. Put it on the Dreamer. Got a stainless steel Elder Dragon? I do, yes. I've got a gold, a stainless steel, and I forget what the other one. Actually, I've got 2 stainless steel, I'm sorry. So I've got 2 colors with 3 RDAs. Okay. On the Dreamer. Here we go. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know how that's possible, but Dreamer hits harder than it does. And both of these have fully charged P50Bs in them. Obviously, same atomizer. I really like that. The orange drip tip. And this is high enough that I won't get the hot button off of it. I don't ever get the hot button unless I build below 0.1. Unless I build in the none of your business range. I'm going to put it back on the Arcless just because it's newer to me than the Dreamer is, so I kind of want to use it. Then we'll go ahead and build up the Bonza Pro RTA. I have not built this one up at all. So this will be a first. You'll get first reaction on everything. Now I'm going to say this one hits harder. Watch. No, but I'm more inclined to say they're pretty equal now. At first hit off the Dreamer, I was like, man. So yeah, very, very similar to the Dreamer in performance, switch, all that jazz. Set this off to the side. Excuse me momentarily. A little too much vapor. As if that's a thing. All right. Cut a silicone ring to be a washer under the spring in the Dreamer switch. Cured hot button for me. I thought the spring was throwing stray voltage. To be a washer under the spring. Which spring? the spring directly under the switch or the spring under the contact point. I'm assuming the switch, and I could see that working. You need an orange creamsicle recipe for it. I do. I don't like orange creamsicles in real life at all, but I've had a few orange creamsicle recipes that I really dig. So yeah, I probably do. All right, the Bonza Pro RTA, one build, two possibilities, because this is very similar to the Bonza Pro RDA, where, okay, YouTube's got me looking at everything. So yeah, you have a single coil chimney section with airflow. We're not going to do that, but if you want to, you can. Obviously, bubble glass section, different drip tip. I do believe that's what that is. Certainly looks like it. I've taken it out and looked at it. The RTA, not this. Oh. Well, no, they're both big fat boys. So yeah, one's just white, one's black. All right, move this off to the side. Vaping some creamsicle right now. Nice. I like that they throw in these little stands, but at the same time, do it the way the Recoil did it, where it's in there, but I don't have to screw it off of, you know, I don't have to screw it off of there. Guess we should probably pop it open first. So the top here is quarter turn quick release. Got your airflow, obviously. Bonza right there. Dig the way that it looks. The bottom, thundercloud, Logan's logo, serial number. Definitely hybrid Mechmod safe, which I would assume probably anything coming from Bogan is going to be Mechmod safe. And then there's your deck. And your chimney section. So the chimney obviously just pops out. You swap in the single coil version, and Bob's your uncle. Sorry, I'm just kind of checking it out now. So yeah, all right. Let's slap this on there instead of gawking at it all night. I've only ran my Bonza RTA in single coil. I'd love it, but need to try the dual coil mode. Well, let's see how it does. What do we got here? Flatheads. Oh, come on. There we go. Well, maybe. One thing I've noticed with the Thundercloud atomizers is the threading. It's not bad. It's never crunchy. It's not like ridiculously buttery smooth like you would find with, say, a Filipino-made RDA or something of that caliber. But I'm not mad about it at all. It's not crunchy. They're not like really stuck on there when you first get them. Hellvape kind of has that problem where a lot of times the screws are just, they've been jammed up in there in the manufacturing process, and they can kind of take a little bit of effort to really get it going. Let's use these again. Might as well. See if we get more along, because it says they are 0.2. Obviously that's plus or minus a little bit. So the 0.11 is fine. Let's see if we can get this one at 0.1 maybe though. All right, so I'm going to assume 5 will be all right with this. Just checking the chat. The up top camera is new. So if it's acting funny, let me know. Because I have not had a really long time to play with it. I know it's got a bunch of AI features to it that I immediately turned off. Well, I won't say I shouldn't say I immediately turned them off. I played with it for a little bit, but there were kind of things where if you had vapor going everywhere, it was going to mess with it. Did not know how to handle a lot of vapor up in its face. Oh, I might should have gone like 6. But maybe not. I'll just use the coil turd logic. Slam it to the deck and then pick it up. Force it upwards. Although I think that only works with an RDA for vaping. Both of these I underestimated. Hang on here. This one's not far enough out. There we go. Underestimated how deep the leg lead inserts are. I think that'll work. You guys are like, I guess so. All we see is your knuckles, bro. Okay. I think that looks all right. Pick this one up a little bit. Yeah, I think that's good. Anything else, and I'm just being finicky. Mechvape said that the Thundercloud product are made at a company that makes high-end products for some high-end company. Neil's right, supposedly machined in the Alpha factory. I mean, I could see it. I don't know what the Alpha factory is, but I think I know what you mean by that. But yeah, the machining has been, excuse me, shockingly good. I think I expected like Thunderhead Creations, since they're kind of, you know, offshoot. I expected it to be that kind of quality, and it's been, which is not bad. I mean, Thunderhead Creations. Oh yeah, we should probably check that, shouldn't we? This came out to that. So yeah, it's probably going to come out to the 0.11 like the previous. More than likely. We'll see. I've forgotten how, not hard, almost more annoying it can be to build and pulse and pinch strum coils on camera. Mainly because it's just different. Where, you know, usually if you're just building it yourself, you kind of get right up on it. Camera, you can't really do that. It's got to be kind of away. That's better. Does not take very long to get these kind of in shape. Get all the hot spots out, all that jazz. All right, let it cool down for a second. I realize I don't have my face in the bottom corner. Let's see if we can solve that real quick. New camera and all. Whoop. There we go. That's a little better. All right. So let's see what it came out to. Oh, 0.1 on the money. There we go. All right. Pick this bad boy up with the same BP Mods Pro Vape Cotton. Oh, these are way too long, but that's all right. It's okay. Hey, Sorteal, I got a new name. Sorry. David Nance. Oh, no problem, buddy. Yeah, for this, way too long. You don't need a lot of wick with this RTA from what I've seen. We're going to go with some slim wicks for this. Like I've seen most people just kind of go to the deck and cut it. It might even be too long. I am going to thin this out a little bit just because we are dealing with an RTA. Those scissor cut clumps are definitely a big enemy when it comes to RTAs. I think that'll do the trick. See, with the metal ones, I can do the whole Mechvape split a lot easier. I might actually take these out and cut the corners. Kind of do that deal. It might have been a little too high. We'll see. Then see if we can grab the whole thing. There we go. Yeah, I swear I think I could have gone even shorter and it would have been just fine. But they're not going completely down to the base. But I swear I think I could have gone shorter. Yeah, I think that'll work. Mechvapes has a new RTA coming out soon. It's going to be NTL to RDL, 0.8 to 3 millimeter hairpins. That's cool if you're into that. Not a big NTL. I don't know. The restrictive direct line part of it might. The 3 millimeter hairpin, that might interest me. But yeah, the collaborators coming out with more stuff, and a lot of that is very much thanks to Thundercloud. They have become a place where they're very welcoming to collaborators. I think so many people got burned by Hellvape, and others, but you know, Hellvape's definitely the one that's really known for kind of screwing people over. I think for this one, I'm gonna go the raspberry white chocolate cheesecake from Licious. Actually, I'm gonna shake this one up a little bit. Is there anything you... What? I wonder what that... I'm kind of curious about that RTA now. I'm not big on MTL, but I am curious about it. And I do. I love the fact that Thundercloud has become a place, you know, to welcome collaborators. And it sounds like it's going to be not just, you know, vape reviewers. Thundercloud is definitely carrying the hobbyist community a little for sure. Yeah, they really are. Okay. I think it's probably pretty good. Then I'm going to line up our airflow. Screw it down. Is there anything you can do to make the Dreamer clutch fire button better? A couple of things. There was a gentleman, I have it. It's, let me grab it. Hang on. I think it's over. Yeah. Just, I cannot remember the gentleman's name. He made 3D printed buttons for it that bypass the whole lock mechanism. It's more of a smooth throw, but they will eventually kind of wear out. They just kind of press fit in there like that. They're a little loose. It's not a great solution, but it is one. The other one, somebody, I'm sorry, I can't remember who, if they're in here. I'm sorry, I forgot that you were the one that sent this to me. Dremeled. They just kind of grinded out the catches in the switch that the locking mechanism needs, and it immediately made the switch smoother. It never catched or anything like that. And I have not tried that because I've got that button on there because I tested that one that the gentleman sent me, and I kind of dug it. I used it for, I don't know, about a week. But then I was just like, I don't know, it's too loose. It's not really my cup of tea. And then went back to the old switch and hated it. So then I just kind of put it down. And I never tried the grinding out those little catches for the locking mechanism. I think that would actually probably work pretty well. All right, this looks pretty good. We are probably just going to leave it on this. So let's jump back up top. Patty Tooney did a mod on one. Nice. definitely turn this up. Addy Tooney sent me a couple of things that are very cool that he sent me. You know, kind of when he walked away from the vape community, had to, really, from the way I understand it. You're getting bubbles. Man, this raspberry white chocolate cheesecake is really good. I don't get a whole lot of white chocolate out of it. It's just kind of raspberry. It's almost like a raspberry cream to me, but it's still really good. But yeah, here, let me grab these too as well. They are old school. Addy sent me some old school. K-Fun Light Plus. Awesome they sent that. And then Twisted Messes. This one, of course, is kind of orange. So yeah, he sent like a whole note along with it. They both have builds in them that he was using. And he liked the builds in them so much, he was like, I just kind of cleaned them up, dry fired them, cleaned them off, and then sent them to you so you could try them with the builds. The K-Fun Light Plus, I have tried with the build that's in there. It's just, you know, it's kind of a more restrictive pull, so it's not really my deal. But I took the wick out, dry fired it, cleaned it all up, left the build in there because I just couldn't bring myself to take Addy Tooney's build out of it. I couldn't do it. Yeah, this is with the mod that he did to it. What's up? Labworks, I read your comment, didn't realize it was you. What's up, brother? Been a while since I've watched the live show. But yeah, I'm getting plenty of bubbles. This thing is wicking great. Yeah. See if we can. Well, here, let's catch them this way. Yeah. Wicking like a champ. Got the airflow just completely open since it is at kind of 0.1, and I'm vaping it at 100 watts right now. Yeah, it's the Bonza Pro. I dig it. I like it. I like that it wicks so well. It's one of kind of the things that RTAs drive me up a wall with. Not all, but it's also one that I like juice flow control, like the Fatality M25 and M25, the updated version. Forget what it was actually called, but juice flow control on that RTA made it awesome. But RTAs all, not all, but a lot kind of have a learning curve to them to figure out each individual one, what's the best way to wick it. And then you have some, like the Blaze Solo, the OG, not the new one, that you really kind of had to mess with. Thank you, Birdman. Fatality M25 Remastered. Still my favorite RTA out there. But this one is pretty simple. Cut your wicks kind of short, tuck them in there. Because, I mean, I had it to where it wasn't dropping all the way to the bottom. So the juice inlet on the very bottom of the wick wells, couldn't really see the wicks too much, just barely peeking through right there. And this thing is wicking fabulous. Labworks says, I'm back building fishing rods these days due to our messed up government. Yeah, man, that shit sucks. It majorly sucks. And we're not, I don't think we're too far behind. And the original K-Fun 2019 just wasn't enough airflow for me. Sold it. Bought a clone, drilled an extra airflow hole in the base, drilled the airflow out of the deck to get a tight, restrictive direct lung vape. Nice. They're incredible fishing rods. I'm pretty damn impressed with this RTA. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't say that about RTAs very often at all. I'm trying to think of the last one that I was like, oh man, probably the Blaze. Well, no, I think I did the Profile X after the Blaze, if I remember right. I don't know. I have to go back through my videos and see which one came before which. There's definitely either the Blaze or the Profile X. But as far as a coil RTA, yeah, I think the Blaze was the last one. I was like, man, I really want to get the new Blaze and the Blaze Solo from Thundercloud. So I've seen those fishing rods firsthand. Yeah, this is good. This is really good. I was going to do the strawberry ice cream in this, but I really wanted to try this out immediately. So we'll test the strawberry ice cream out in one of these other ones. Probably this one, since I already have my simple vanilla ice cream in it. Don't go far there. White chocolate raspberry cheesecake. All right. I'm matching all Threadworks to the reels. Not the up close. Doesn't live too far from me, about an hour drive. Nice. Not that one. There we go. All right, so yeah, I just derived it from my simple vanilla ice cream pepper taster friendly version, but did some changes to it. Swapped out SSA ice cream vanilla for just SSA ice cream, left the Wonder Flavors vanilla ice cream, and then took out vanilla swirl, which we may add back in, and that's kind of going to take it out of the simple realm at that point. Still kept the one-on-one whipped cream. One-on-one whipped cream is my favorite whipped cream. I know a bunch of people love the SSA, but sometimes with whipped cream, I don't want a buttery note to it. Actually, most of the time, I probably don't want a buttery note to it. So I dig one-on-one a little bit better. Then we're going to throw in Bull City Flavors strawberry flavor to kind of try and mimic the little chunks of strawberry that's in strawberry ice cream. I did it on the SSA strawberry ice cream with their premium strawberry, and it was a little too much. My initial thought with this was to use Capella's ripe strawberries just really low, like 1%, maybe 1.5%. But we're going to try the Bull City Flavors at 1.5 and see how this does. It may just add too much of an artificial strawberry to the milky strawberry. I don't know. And we may need more cream to this. But I don't know. Probably not. All right, let's give this a mix. I'm not going to do 30. We'll do 20. As I said before, I usually mix up 20 because 10 just, I don't know. 10 tricks me. I mix up 10 mils of a recipe and then I go back and I mix up 60. The 60 tastes different. If I do it at 20, I'm usually pretty good. Use a vanilla bean ice cream and 2 drops of peach. Somebody else told me to do that. I don't remember who. It might have been you, and I did not like it. But it might have been the peach I was using too. I think I used Jungle Flavors Honey Peach. All right, let's give this a go. Not switching the camera up. Do you have a particular, like, TFA vanilla bean ice cream or Capella vanilla bean ice cream? I'm assuming either one of those would work. 2 drops of peach. Give me a peach that would work. 0.4. There we go. Capella's peach, 2 drops or 2 drops of a blueberry. Blueberry might do it. Milky strawberry. Capella peach. Well, I guess they're only doing 2 drops, so. All right, Full City Flavor strawberry at 0.3. I dig this. The whole new flavor releases from Bull City Flavors, I dig most of those. Wonder Flavors, vanilla ice cream. And one-on-one whipped cream. Not going to add our additive into this one just yet. Our VG. This one might take a minute. Sorry, guys. Probably should have just mixed up some base, but I always hate doing that. There we go. All right. So we got it all mixed up. Still remember most of my mixing. The 2 drops of blueberry has me intrigued. Although, how would that work if I wanted to use a raw? But I guess I'd need to dilute it at that point. And then just do the 2 drops. All right, I'm going to vape this down a little bit. We'll do it noted style. Birdie, if you're still in here, you got any recipes that you've done from scratch that you really dig? All right, I think that is good enough. That's pretty damn good. It needs a little bit more of ice cream. It's hard to tell if I need to up one of the creams or lower. I think I need to lower the Bull City Flavor strawberry. And also the Wonder Flavors vanilla ice cream will come up more after about 24, 48 hours. But I dig this. Clown Chucker, what's going on, brother? Yeah, the more I vape it, the more the ice cream layer is coming up in it. The Wonder Flavors Devonshire cream sounds like a good add to this. Now that you mentioned Devonshire creams. But the more that I vape it, because I mean, this is right off the shake, even the more that I vape it, the cream is coming up more and more. But the Wonder Flavors Devonshire cream might be a good replacement for the SSA ice cream. It's not bad. It's not enough cream layer. Like most commercial liquids I've ever tried that say they're a cream, this is about as much cream as they have in them. But for me, I'm always like, I don't know, it's never enough. Couple on my ELO profile I love. I'm gonna have to check your ELR. See, I'm never on ELR because I just don't like that site. But I will venture into ELR to check out your recipes. That's for damn sure. Yeah, it's coming up more and more. I don't want to use a vanilla bean ice cream. I know you keep mentioning that, but not for this. It's not the ice cream flavor I'm going for with this one. And vanilla bean ice cream has a very distinct ice cream flavor to it. Raspberry boysenberry swirl I made from scratch and love. Nice. You see here, where are you at, Birdie? All right. Also, lemon bloom. Steve Lane, what's up, brother? Birdie, I just made you a moderator. So pop a link in chat to your ELR if you want. But I don't like sweet liquid. I'm not huge on sweet liquid either. It's really why I got into mixing back 2015, because all the commercial liquids, if it wasn't a mint of some kind, it had a shitload of sweetener in it. And hope you're doing better. Health wise, yeah, I'm doing great health wise for once. So yeah. Definitely wanted to come back, especially like once Nick almost lost his channel. And I had people kind of here and there saying, hey, are you going to come back? You going to do that? You going to do any more reviews? You going to do more live streams? And I never had time. Family, work, everything just made it almost impossible. Then Nick almost lost his channel. Birdie came back doing live streams, and I was like, man, like regular live streams. I was like, I need to just make the time and do this. Old school TFA sweetener. I haven't used TFA sweetener in ages. It's one thing with this, and I know it's the Bull City flavor strawberry that's doing it. I don't have any sweetener in this whatsoever, which is odd for me with an ice cream. Normally, I'm going to put some flavor sweetness in it. But the Bull City flavor strawberry is sweet enough on its own that, yeah, I really just didn't even need to do it. Here we go. See what Birdie's got here. Well, what am I not seeing here? This is just your profile, right? I think this is just your profile. And go to recipes. Mm-hmm. Yes, this Birdman 69_69. I didn't do the underscore. It's just going to take me there too. Yeah. It doesn't show me that. Maybe I got to log in. Oh, Lord. Lord knows what that is. All right. I'll have to check it out some other time, Birdie. That's probably what it is I'm not logged in. And I can't see it directly from your profile. All right. What were some of the names you had here? Lemon Bloom. Let's check that out. See if it'll let me look at it through this. Nope. Mm-hmm. Fango. Here we go. You got medicine flower, dark vanilla, Wonder Flavors Island mango, Flavora mango, Vape Train mango juice, mango from Express Flavors, and Tahitian vanilla cream. That looks pretty good. I love the Tahitian vanilla cream. I've never tried the dark vanilla from Medicine Flower. The FE mango Flavor Express is damn good. It fades into a weirdness after a while, but it's damn good off the shake. Peppy Chalk. I guess if I go here, it's just gonna, aha, here we go. Recipes by Birdman. Blooming Lemon Lime. This is the one I want to see, is the Raspberry. Raspberry Swirl 2. Flavora Boysenberry, a damn good one. Boysenberry Raspberry Wonder Flavors, another damn good one. Coconut Custard, Raspberry Jam, Tahitian Vanilla Cream. You went with the white chocolate combo of Flavora and Real Flavors. That looks pretty damn good. So you did 0.6 on Flavora and 1.75, white chocolate Real Flavors. 2% Tahitian Vanilla Cream, 1% Raspberry Jam, 0.5 Coconut Custard, 1.25 Boysenberry Raspberry, and 0.6 Flavora Boysenberry. I bet that's pretty damn good. I don't have the Real Flavors white chocolate. That's the only one out of that bunch I don't have. Blooming Lemon Lime. Let's look at that one. That sounds right up my alley. Well, it was until Elderflower was in there. 0.5%. Medicine Flower Lemon, 0.15. VSO Lime, 0.2. Moscato, 0.6 from Flavora. and then 0.25 Capella Super Sweet. I might actually try. I have elderflower from Flavora. I also have lemon from Medicine Flower. I think I still have some left. I might try and mix that one up. I've got everything for it. I'm almost positive. The Moscato, I think I still have some of that left as well. I think the Kennedy Roundhouse is over 9 years old. Love me some real flavors. I do too. Real flavors are underrated. I tend to like their VG ones better than their super concentrate. In most, like their cookies and cream is VG every time, because once it steeps, it's amazing. It just sucks. You gotta wait God knows how long for it to steep. Probably click over here in OBS. Elderflower doesn't have a huge impact. Yeah, it looked like it was pretty low. Got it at what? 0.5%? Well, what's the elderflower doing in it? I'm curious. Like, what is that, just to add a little bit of a floral edge to it? Floral note? Perillum has some great stuff. They really do. Some of the, I don't know about elsewhere, but here, very light floral note. Nice. Yeah, if I still got some of that Moscato, I will mix this one up. But Lord knows I love some lemon and lime. And Medicine Flower lemon is great. Do you like musk candy? Me? No. Did you get the silver? Yep. You can watch the replay of the last live stream. I went over it a little more. We took a look at all of the ins and outs to it. But yeah, I dig it. Birdman, take it easy, brother. Yeah, raspberry. I love Perillum raspberry. I dig their raspberry, what is it? Raspberry sour candy. I actually went on eBay and found a lady that was selling homemade candies, but she was also selling some flavorings. And she happened to have a bunch of 10 ml bottles of Perillum's raspberry sour candy, or sour raspberry candy. There we go. So I snatched up a bunch of them. And then I found a place in Canada that still has sour raspberry candy and their regular raspberry. Yeah, the ice cream's coming out way more in this as it steeps, so to speak. And I think that SSA Milky Strawberry is about perfect for a strawberry ice cream. I have the brass black Hyperion V2. Might get the silver as well. I like the look of it. Yeah, it looks killer. It's like a nickel plating on it, is what they told me. But yeah, it hits pretty hard. I've got the copper black on the way. I think it's supposed to be here Wednesday. So I'm kind of curious. I mean, I know it'll hit harder than this. This is nickel plated brass, but I'm curious to see how much better that one would perform than this one, because I'm pretty impressed with this one overall. Said I bought a couple of flavors off eBay because that's the only place I could find them. Yeah, same. Done that. Did that with the sour raspberry. There was another one that I bought. I can't remember what it was. It was a Perillum flavor. Yeah, I know you can buy some Perillum off of Amazon. along with a few others. Now, like if you're in the States and you're looking for a reseller, it's pretty much Nick River, and they only sell them by the gallon. And then whatever Bull City Flavors has, but they now only carry what, maybe 8 or 9 different Perlin flavors. It's like I love their cheesecake graham crust. Like that replaced TFA's cheesecake graham crust for me almost immediately. A lot of people loved their New York cheesecake, but I wasn't a big fan of that one. Steve OCD, what's up, brother? Yeah, I think if I turn the Bull City Flavors strawberry down just a little bit and either replace that ice cream with a Devonshire cream or maybe SSA's heavy cream, it would be even better. Or maybe another vanilla ice cream. But I dig it. It's well on its way. And it could steep for a week and become absolutely amazing. All right. So yeah, I'm going to do a full review for this one. At first, when I came back, I was like, I'm not going to have time to do full-blown reviews. But I think I can do some here and there. I'd like to do one for the Bonza Pro RTA as well. Not going to do one for the Arcless V2, I don't think. Maybe I should if I know for certain this is new. Even if it's just a re-release, but it doesn't look very different from the one from 5 years ago at all, really. Back to doing pattern work on this rod. Take it easy. Glad you jumped in, Labworks. Cannot wait to get the Recoil V3 single coil adapters as I'm waiting till they're released. Are they going to do adapters for this, or is it just a completely different? Because I ordered a single coil, I thought it was a completely different RDA. Are they also doing adapters for this? Love both those creams you just mentioned, two of my favorites. Which one? The heavy cream? And what was the other one I mentioned? A Devonshire cream, maybe? A Wonder Flavors Devonshire cream? I was surprised by that Wonder Flavors Devonshire cream. The deck is the same on the dual coil and the single coil Recoil 3. Oh, okay. Heavy cream and Devonshire. Heavy cream is amazing. Like I'm still shocked if I go on all the flavors and I look at SSA heavy cream and like the public recipes, I think is just mine. Just the recipes I've used with it. Maybe not anymore. Let's find out. Hang on here. SSA heavy cream. Only 50 recipes that use it. Oh no. There's others. Linda did one. Linda did two. And then I've got one. I've got another that actually I've got two more that use it, but they're not completely finished yet, so they're not public. But yeah, the white chocolate pudding I did has it in there. Let's see what Linda did. Linda makes some bangers. She did FA butterscotch, Inaware custard, medicine flower butterscotch, Perlin super sweet, heavy cream at 1%. The caramel dark is pretty good too. And then crumble topping. Huh. And let's check out our other one. Pompona puff. Cookie Premium, Inware Custard, Nom's White Chocolate, Perlum Super Sweet, Heavy Cream at 1.25, and Wonder Flavors Vanilla Pompona at 3%. Those look interesting. Also love creme de la creme. I do too. It's got a hefty butter note in it. It's really nice. There's some things like I recently kind of made or went public that I was like, I really thought about using creme de la creme in this, but I didn't want a butter note. But it's one of those creams I immediately think of. I'm like, some creme de la creme would make this better. But if I don't want a butter note in it, I can't do it. But if butter's not an issue, that cream is amazing. Just the airflow inserts are different. So you're basically getting the dual coil. Wait. Oh Lord, come on. You're basically just getting the dual coil deck just with a different airflow insert. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's basically it. New 3-chamber single airflow system. Upgraded recoil angled build deck. What they change on the deck? Oh, okay. So yeah. You get 3, 2.5, and 2 as far as I'm assuming the millimeters of your airflow holes. Didn't even look at any of this. I was just like, ooh, single coil version. Order. The refined angled deck places the coil perfectly in the airflow path for faster ramp up, stronger flavor, and easy coil building. Dual top cap style. Yeah, I'm pumped. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Uh-oh, I'm missing stuff. Yeah, they're making single coil inserts for the Recoil V3, 2.5, 3 millimeter. You get a single coil version, the airflow inserts impede on the deck more. Oh, as far as they're more compressed in? Because that sounds better to me, but I don't know. I guess it would depend on what you're going to put in it. Well, I'm curious if they're releasing a separate thing that's like, here's inserts, this one to turn it into single coil, but we're also, what's the additional info? Oh, that didn't tell me shit. What's the size of the single coil? Looks like it's 24. Okay. There's a team single coil kit on their website. See if I can find it here. Oh, on the Thundercloud side. Okay, here we go. Aha. I can't show it. Crap. One kit, 3 airflow options. Recoil single coil upgrade kit is designed for the Recoil Dual. 3, 2.5, blah, 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 blah. And you get 2 different drip tips. Well, that's cool. Yeah, that's nice. I like that they did that. Use everything in dual coil, so I won't even need the single kit. I like single coil for testing recipes. Cheap enough too. Yeah, I mean, it's what, 30 bucks? Oop. Sorry, YouTube. No, it's not. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'm still kind of glad that I just ordered the whole thing, though. But that's very cool. I can already tell I'm going to say something and YouTube's going to be like, nope, you're out of here. And it'll be all Twitch for me. Probably because I find it so ridiculous that you can have bourbon channels and cigarette or cigar channels say whatever they want. We kind of get clamped down on, which is a little weird to me. All right. Don't really have anything else. Actually, I kind of want to try this recipe one more time with a different cream. What do I want to do? Needs to be thick. I'm almost thinking I want to try it with another vanilla ice cream. Think the new colors are only for the single coil? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I wonder if they're gonna do, actually, let's just look at it. No, nope, not as of yet. I wonder if they'll do those colors in the dual coil version as well eventually. But yeah, it looks like the new colors are only for the single coil, the solid colors. But I'm pretty impressed with this RDA, really am. I didn't think I was going to be, just because I'm not big on snake bite airflow. And I'm not big on airflow I can't adjust. I am curious about putting very low resistance coils in this, if it's going to be enough airflow. But it's a flavor banger for sure. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. All right, let me think about cream here. What are we going to use? Don't want to use a vanilla bean ice cream like Labworks suggested, because it's such a distinct vanilla. I think I'm going to try it with vanilla ice cream. Let me go back to my recipe here somewhere in the great wild blue. Here we go. All right. So let's edit this. Oh, Lord. And of course, it took me all the way back. Are you kidding me? It's going to take me all the way back again. Really? Hey, my SSA strawberry ice cream is in the popular recipe list, although that's not that hard to do. No, it's not published. Not that hard to do on all the flavors anymore. Okay, here we go, finally. So I want to lower this to just 1. And we'll take SSA ice cream out and put ice cream vanilla in its place. at 2. Yeah. Just because the SSA ice cream, even though it says ice cream is not thick like an ice cream flavor normally is, drop that to 20 and give this a try. So this time SSA ice cream vanilla. I have 0.8 in my R3. I want to do 0.6, but it would need more airflow for that. I would imagine it would need more airflow for 0.08. For my taste. All right. The milk, but I could be totally wrong. I've thought that before with RDAs and then put low builds in them, and it turned out way better than I was expecting. When I was expecting too little airflow. So I'm pretty pumped to try it. All right. And then Bull City Flavor Strawberry. Apex, man, you take it easy, brother. Oh, you got to wake up in a few hours for work. That sucks. Hope work goes all right, though. All right, 0.2. There we go. Then our Wonder Flavors Vanilla Ice Cream, which has quickly become, and I don't have. Let's fix this here, too. Hang on. New camera messed everything up, didn't it? There we go. Okay. So 0.6. There we go. And then our one-on-one whipped cream. PG and BG takes the longest. Sorry about that, guys. We'll build up some base for next time. All right. Grab a cap. Let's swap back up top. So I like the blue one. Yeah, I do too. All right, let's see if it does any better. Actually, let me vape out some of this. See if the ice cream vanilla does a little better. It does. But actually, I'm going to undo that. Dropping the Bull City Flavor Strawberry was not a good idea. Or not as good an idea as I thought it would be. There we go. And probably because that flavor needs to be pumped up a little bit. Like even when I single flavor tested it, I did it at 5, which was what Bull City was recommending. I swear I could have pumped it up even higher and it would have been just fine. There we go. So yeah, let's edit this and put that back. And that should be good. I'm gonna let it steep. We'll see what happens. But already this is a lot better. Well, not a lot better, but the ice cream layer in it is better than it was before. All right, guys, that's all I've got for this evening. Just did everything that I had to do. And the ice cream didn't take quite as long as I thought. But yeah, I've had a blast. Appreciate everybody coming out, hanging out. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it for the evening. So hope everyone, we'll finish it out with this one. How about that? It's got my white chocolate caramel squares in it. Love that recipe. Cheers for the live and have a good one. Tim, you as well, brother. Yeah, I'm out of here, you guys. Vape on, and I'll catch you all in the next one.